line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Treasured flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
And hello everyone, and welcome back to PTM Racing TV. We're live here tonight at Chicagoland Speedway for Pedal and Metal Racing League's ARCA Series second to last week main event of the evening, as we are live here in the Windy City, of course, Chicago, Illinois, for Chicagoland Speedway. Hi again, everyone. I'm Christian, the Crusaders driver. Welcome back to the show. And as we get ready to hit them up on tonight here, let's go ahead and showcase to you guys at home what's going on down here with the Pedal and Metal Racing League as we are hitting it up here at Chicagoland Speedway ARCA Series. This is how the track, our Pottlez Wrapz Track Tech Talk shows us the way tonight. This is going to be a very unique setup and track. Well, about a mile and a half long track. Obviously, this track very similar in banking and size to a lot of other tracks around the world. But the one biggest thing that you guys are going to see here tonight is the driver is really trying to work two lines, the bottom and the middle. The outside doesn't have much grip there and really is not going to have any time to play. But the other thing is with these stages, that could play into a big factor here for these drivers as they get ready to back them on through and fight them on down. So be sure to keep an eye on that as we go through our field right now. Still finishing up qualifying right now. We're getting ready for our final results there here in just a minute. But before we start up, tonight's race is presented and sponsored in part by Matt Mills Racing, best Xfinity team out there, sponsoring and supporting Battle of the Metal Racing League this season. If you want to support Matt Mills Racing today, be sure to follow them up at Matt Mills Racing on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. By Mid-City's Air Conditioning and Heating. If you guys are finding yourself in trouble with heating and cooling units to be fixed in Keller, Richland, Texas, stop on over to Mid-City's Heating and Cooling for that troubleshoot. They'll get the job done right the first time. By Affordable SEO and Marketing. It's time you outrank your competition online today. By Amber's Floral Creation. Amber's Floral Creation is the place where you're looking for all the special flowers for that special someone. Valentine's Day is coming up, guys. Be sure to check on in and get some flowers for that special loved one here by calling up 321-228-3135 for Amber's Floral Creations. By Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts. They're supplying up the trophies for the winners of each season this season, as well as looking to get the best hardware your way, or a little gift or a friend for your loved one. Well, then be sure to visit up bobscustomtrophies.com today for more information. Also, I did say trophies. I do mean these beautiful pieces of artwork. By simracingmerch.com, the perfect way to show your passion for sim racing. And by Pottlez Wrapz. Looking to have your car, truck, vehicle match your style on the track? Then be sure to hit up Pottlez Wrapz for just that. Such a low and affordable price, you can get your creation brought to life on track. So what are you waiting for? Visit Pottlez Wrapz today to bring your ideas to life. And now, as we get things situated in and getting ready to go at it here tonight, our drivers are now ready amongst themselves and ready to go at it here. So let's start them on the pole. It'll be Robert Kahn, the Rattlesnake, and that 21 machine on the inside road, the first spot. Second row outside of him will be the Pride of Texas, Caleb McCarthy in 24. Row number 2, Lance Brantlinger in that 3, and to his outside, it's the Throttle, Chantel Pottle in the 5. Row number 3 is going to be Keith Taylor in the 8. His outside is going to be Matthew Hufford in the 84. Row 4 is Warren Young in the 11. His outside, Dustin Sornaker in the 66. Row 5 we'll see Dustin Rouse in the 30. And his outside, that's going to be Jeffrey Oakes in the 20. Final starters on our field here tonight will be Brian Healy in the 83. To his outside, Ian Yeager in the 99. And then outside of them is Ryan Kling making his debut in the 15. Your field ready to go at it. Your field ready, rack stacked and all that here tonight. Drivers ready to shoot them on in and ready to fight this one on by. A lot of racing tonight here, to say the least, for these drivers. As they get worked on in, ready to go at it here, they'll take a lap around. Field working in right now, getting ready to go at it here tonight. Everybody ready to rack, stack, and all that here. Get things taken care of on in. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn will be our starter here tonight, getting everybody wrapped around here and ready to go at it. The Pride of Texas, Kayla McCarthy, trying to see if maybe she can finally get into victory lane after so long of being out of that zone. Got an old rival there in Chantel Powell and Lance Brangler. Definitely are always two to keep your eye on. Alford, he's a former winner here and a champion here. He's looking to try to keep that going. Keith Taylor as well. One of those guys you just got to watch out for. And Dustin Sonaker rocking a little design here from Amazon Prime in that 66. Then Warren Young in the 11 also in the hunt. Dustin Rouse and Ian Yeager. Other drivers here looking to try and take this one on in and trying to take this battle to the head. Brian Healy as well, one of them, and Ryan Kling, another one on that spot zone. Looks like there's troubles for Jeffrey Oakes at the moment. They are waiting for him to get on out here. Having some early troubles, it appears, so they will get him rack stack and all that here and back underway before we get to the green flag here. William McDaniel, hey there from Mahomet, Illinois. William McDaniel, great to have you on board. Dennis Whitmer, it's great to have you on board as well. It's great to have you guys talking on in, coming from the Heat 5 era. He's got looking for his old pal Pendle. Unfortunately, Pendle was not able to make it tonight. He told us earlier he could not make the call. He has some troubles there, unfortunately. So we wish him nothing but the best of luck and hope he's doing okay out there. Field works it on in. If you do see a blink or two, don't worry, that's not our end, folks. Unfortunately, some of the drivers out there having some internet issues. Jeffrey Oaks still yet to come on out of that pit zone, man. I'm not sure if maybe he'll have time to make it out there and get a run in. He currently is having mechanical problems for what we're being told right now, and that seems to be what set him back quite a bit. As we now pursue them down around here, getting ready to go at it. Yellow flag comes off, green flag will come on by this time around as they situate him through. Everybody looking for a run, looking for a position on in. Looking to tighten him up just a little bit. Nope, we're not quite going green just yet. We're still, looks like they want to give Jeffrey Oaks a chance to try to get that car out there. It looks like there's still problems on the field for him. Not sure, maybe he just missed a start or what went wrong there, but unfortunately not able to get out there. And there he goes. Finally got that car out of there. He is back out of the way, but he's already a lap down. He's going to have to get that figured in quickly. Wants to get that back away. So he will have some work to do here to get some cars back away there. Looks like they're not going to call him a lap down. Looks like they're going to leave him be on that. And then the driver's just kind of racing out here, so they'll come on by here and get situated through as our whole field gets ready to do war here at Chicagoland Speedway. Coming on by around out of turn 3, down in turn 4. Robert Kahn will lead them in and show them the way. And Jeffrey Oaks making it back into position. He's ready to go at it here. Looking to possibly take one home tonight here as we get things situated through. Ready to go at it here. Coming on by once around. Looking to get going here, looking for the power, looking for the momentum off that start. Wait, listen for the motors, listen for the hum, listen for the run. And there we go, final last. Here we go off the line through the chicane. They'll come on by. We've got this one on front running. The 88 there, Robert Kahn already off to a hot start, and Lance Brantlinger already doesn't want to play games tonight. He wants a win finally. He goes to the inside here, already takes it down around Robert Kahn, and McCarthy there out of turn 2. Full throttle assault already running on the Chicagoland iRacing default setup tonight here. Next season will be a little different. We'll get more into that later on for the fans at home and also our new viewers here on Pedal to the Metal Racing League as well. Coming on through right now, back them on by real quick here down out of turn 1. Everybody charging their way through right now. As Chantel, Pottle kind of eyeing in on McCarthy and Robert Kahn here off a start. Chicagoland Speedway is going to be an interesting blend of mix and runs and battles and pre. And we'll see how well that works out for some of these drivers here in the end here right now. Because right now, as we go on through, Keith Taylor right now off to a hot start trying to make some momentum around through those corners. Got Chantel the inside, got that on the inside here, moving on down about here, coming through. Not quite able to get the momentum there on the bottom line. You'll see a lot of drivers try to do that as time goes on, trying to get that bottom line to stick a little bit more to shorten the track out. Problem is, how much of that will wear it down? Brantlinger right now, though, he is just flying away from these guys. I think he's trying to actually run away from everybody off the start. I'm thinking maybe he can get an advantage off that, but the problem is this for these stages, you know, you have to make sure you set that car up for the long run, and right now Brantlinger thinks he's doing just that, trying to stay in it. If he is, and if he's doing good about it, he'll definitely hold on. Remember, when you hit lap 20, folks, that'll be when we hit the caution out. As Matthew Hoffman there at the 84 right now, eyeing up positions here, eyeing up in the front as we go on board here with him. You see Keith Checkmate Taylor there. In his sights and in his power. Gets into the wall, Douglas Hoffer. He can't get off that wall there. And the right front tire gets stuck into that wall big time there. You saw it live on the show here. Man, he got right in there, couldn't get it off that zone. And the problem is when you can't get it off the wall with these ARCA cars, it's like super glue. It just sticks right there and you can't get out of there. There's no telling what can happen there at all. Dustin Rouse there in that 30 Bass Tracker Boats Bass Pro Shots machine trying to move his way in here. A little bit of a new look here for the old Bomber boy. Usually you see him in that Bomber 30. Tonight he decided to opt into a Bass Pro Shops machine. Well, he's got Jeffrey Oaks in that 20 Budweiser machine right now. A little tribute to Dale Earnhardt Jr. there. Eyeing him in, and again, folks, their stages here are going to matter big time because that means you can get a full throttle assault and run on the short runs, but you have to be very, very careful on that final stage. You'll have about 40 laps you've got to complete and got to finish in all the way through, and there's a lot of work that goes into it, to say the least here, as we go on board here once again with Taylor. See him eyeing up real quick on spots, trying to get a draft there on McCarthy. That's one thing that's going to be very powerful here tonight, is how much of those drafts going to be a big factor here. How much are they going to really play into the race here when it all comes down to it? Because the fact is, without that draft, this is not going to help you much for the long run, because it's going to basically get put away back further and further, and Brandlinger knows that. That's why he's trying to stay away from Robert Kahn at the moment anyway. But gap-wise, he's up there by a good margin of error here, as the Pride of Texas Cale McCarthy in that Coca-Cola 24 tries to stay ahead there. The Good Rent Service Home Depot split personality number 8 of Keith Checkmate Taylor. Kenneth Crawford joins us on in, rooting on for the old rattlesnake tonight. Right now, hard charge is Wise Brantlinger is one of the only guys that's a hard charge. He's up 2 spots right now, while Jeffrey Oaks in that 20 Budweiser machine eyeing up a 4-spot position. Maybe trying to get up a little higher in the zones right now, backing them on through. Down around we go here out of turn 4. Field working it on in. Field trying to do their best to hang in this one, trying to fight their way through. The 84 of Red Bulls, Matthew Hoffert, playing into the middle row to the outside line, trying to hang his zone in there, while the 20 of Jeffrey Oaks moves in, looking for a corner zone. The power of that 20 machine right now has got a full-on attack on Hoffert. 2 longtime good friends still going at it once again. As I head them up, this is a battle here right now, as you can see here on the show. Battle for 6th in this case, and these drivers going at it here with everything they've got, trying to hang in there. While Dustin Rouser tries to move in, trying to get a corner off that zone. Now moving through, Rouse looking to try to get some momentum off that run here and trying to get some position on. You're on board here with Dustin Rouse here to get him on by here right down around the corner zone yet again. You can see how high he's bringing it up though, but watch how he tries to corner it off. Watch how he brings it right down to the middle. And look at that run right there. Hard run, hard charge. He doesn't need a phone charger, folks. He's already got a full charge in that one. Runs it through here, back around down to the front stretch. And Dustin Rouse, how about some maneuvers from this cat? He's taking some battles up to Hopper tonight. Field working it in. We're running low on times here. Laps are starting to wind down here. Lance Brandlinger. Well, if you thought he was going to run away for this one, I think he forgot the power of Robert Kahn, the old rattlesnake. Doesn't play too kindly to being ran away from too well. Unlike a usual snake, he's pretty quick when it comes to getting back on the attack and getting through and through. And that Ford Credit Quality Care Service 88 machine right now is back on the attack and trying to make a run here for Brandlinger. This is going to be a battle for the lead here, coming down out of turn 3 and 4. Who will get this one? Through and through they go here, everybody for themselves. Brandlinger, you can see on the bottom right of your corner there, and in the middle zone, that is Robert Kahn trying to get around Brandlinger. You can see what Brandlinger's trying to do, though. He's trying to defend him off on the bottom. He knows he can't give up the bottom line, or Robert will take it away from him. Here's the problem, though. When you come off an exit like that, it's a little harder to get back around him. And Brandlinger passed on by down around here. Back him on through. Brandlinger's going to have to do everything he can to get back into position zone and get the draft off of Kahn. But the problem is Kahn's starting to just run away from him here in stage 1. Time running out. Time in position zone right now. We're still got a few laps left in this one here before we can get things situated through. Running them on by at the moment here. Let's get a good look at our track infield here. You're going to see the drivers kind of spaced out at the moment. And that's going to be the big thing you're going to watch here with these stage racing, folks. It's how far ahead people may get ahead or how far they can get spaced out. But when it comes to that run, like I said earlier, that short run may be the one thing that saving grace for some and a big battle for others. As we focus on in right now, Warren Young there, you see on the bottom of your scoring here, they're looking for his first career icing win. Never been to victory lane here in Pedal to the Metal Racing League. He's eyeing to take that over, and soon enough, if he wants to do it though, he's got a lot of work to say the least here right now. Bride of Texas Kale McCarthy, she doesn't need to take a trip to victory lane. She's already been there multiple times. She's a proven champion and a commodity on the show. She has the runs and has the momentum to take care of business, and she's been showing how that is. And speaking of showing how that is right now, Lance Brantley, he eyes Robert Kahn. I thought Robert Kahn was going to get away from him a little bit there. Not to be Lance Brantley. Give him credit where credit's due, man. He's putting up a fight, putting up a show here. Kahn knows he's coming. Running him on by right down and about here, and right now through and through. As Brantlinger tries to eye off Robert Kahn, they're trying to make some momentum zones, trying to get some position going here for himself. He definitely has been hitting him hard and hitting him in position, but he just can't quite get that full-on charge that he's looking for here at the moment. Speaking of full-on charge, how about this one? Top 5 going at here. Chantel, Throttle Pottle, and Keith Taylor going at it here a little bit. Keith Taylor only has one win to his name here and that was way back when in the Legend Series in Season 1. I believe that was literally the 7th or 8th week there. He won there. Running them on through right now as caution comes on out. That means we are now getting to situate through to our next stage. Stage 1 is done and over with. A good run there by our drivers and a good battle here. And off that start, I got to give credit where credit's due. Lance Brantlinger, man, he was hitting him up on position in lap times. If we take a look at the lap time here on how far Brantlinger was with Kahn, not far off on that position. You can see there was a pretty good run on that assault there. That was catching up, and in this case, wasn't quite enough there for Brantlinger, though, but Kahn definitely knows he's catching up to him, and he can get him at any time here, so he's got to be aware of that. He's got to be careful about that to the end. Field works it in. Good to see Chantel Throttle Pottle finally starting to return to form. Most folks know her from the heat racing days and know her from her heat series battles and all the wars she has put up. One of the baddest women that was ever on heat, and I will say that with no regrets at all. If you ask some of those boys that raced with her back then, she was tough. She did not give an inch to nobody. She would fight you to the end of your core. Keith Checkmate Taylor was definitely one of those guys that as well had a good fight up in the positions in those battles. He was one of them that had taken on the likes of Polar Motorsports, Kate Addy, and other famous drivers in the Heat Series that put up wars with one another. If you go back and on our YouTube channels, you can actually see some of those races, some of those battles we're talking about. I had the privilege to call them and as they were at, but right now, as we focus them on in here, top 5 right now looking pretty strong. Well, there's still a lot of time left to go here before we get to the meat and grain of it. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with more Pedal to the Metal Racing League here on the show, here on PTM Racing TV. Tonight's race is brought to you in part by our good friends over at Matt Mills Racing. Matt Mills Racing team is sponsoring and supporting up Pedal to the Metal Racing League, the best affinity team out there. If you want to support them out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, be sure to look them up at Matt Mills Racing today. By Mid-City's Air Conditioning and Heating, ever find yourself needing a little heating units to be fixed in Keller, Richland, Texas, stop on over to Mid-City's for a troubleshoot. They'll get the job done right the first time. By Affordable SEO and Marketing. It's time you outrank your competition online today. By Amber's Floral Creations. Looking for those special flowers for that special someone? Remember, Valentine's Day's coming up, folks. Why not get a nice gift there for your loved ones by going up to 321-228-3135 for Amber's Floral Creations. And by Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts. If you guys are looking to get something special made up for your league or your racing series, be sure to hit them up at bobscustomtrophies.com for the best hardware and supplied up your way, your style, as well as also the gifts and gals. They have all there. Be sure to hit them up. And as I mentioned before, 1 week left to go before we crown a champion and get these trophies sent out their way. What a season has been, and what a battle has been all around. It'll be definitely special, to say the least, when all comes down to it. So as we get things back on around right now, currently getting ready to go back into position here, ready to get back underway. Caution coming out here, the first start of this one. Get ready to back him through here. I'm breaking through. Anthony Shannon has joined us in. Good evening, guys and gals. Anthony, great to have you on board here tonight, my friend. So Robert Kahn and Jeffrey Oaks will be the two front runners here on the start. Chantel Throttle Apollo and Caleb Pride of Texas McCarthy going at it here. So the male's up front, the female's right behind them. Hey, watch out for that one when that comes around. That will be something here. Everybody leading their way in, ready to go out of here. Lance Brantley here in that 3 machine, getting into penalty zone. He has to get put into the back here. That will definitely set the pace back off just a little bit for him here as we get ready to hit him back up into position. Drivers ready to go back at it here as they come on by once more. This time around, though, we're going to get that green flag back out here. Stage 1 complete. It's time to begin stage 2. Here we go. Running them on by, down around, out of turn 1, down, going to turn 2 here. Robert the Rattlesnake gone off to a hot start as usual. Jeffrey Oaks following right behind while the front of Texas, Caleb McCarthy, tries to give something right at him. Back him on down around that right here. A little bit of problems there for Robert Kahn. Slowed up big time there in the corner. I'm not sure what happened to him there, what went wrong there, but he has slowed up big time here. Getting put further in the back here. He may be trying to save tires or fuel, but that doesn't look like what I was seeing earlier in that first run. We'll have to see if it was just mind games he's playing right now with the drivers, or maybe he's actually trying to save up time and space right now because he's getting put further into the back. It doesn't appear it's any mind games. He's now trying to catch back up to the drivers here as they back him through right now and about, coming down in their corner zones once more. Field works it on in. Field coming by. How about this? Here comes Dustin Solnaker and Chantel Throttle Bottle all in a war of racing here. The 66 Amazon Prime there. Solnaker trying to make some moments, trying to make some runs here as Andre Burnham Balser has joined us in. Rodney Christensen watching live racing, and Candace B. McCarthy is in here as well. Deborah Shriver as well coming on in with tonight. Jeffrey Oaks, though, new leader at the moment, still holding on to his race lead. The first time he's had the race lead in quite some time here. Last time he won was at Bristol Motor Speedway after a little bit of a controversial ending where Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn and Caleb McCarthy got into one another there on their final lap. And ever since then, it's been kind of a war of nutrition and words on how to figure out how to get these cars set up just the right way and how to win this one in. As you can see, our field working on by, still hanging on down around yet again. Everyone's still giving it a pretty solid run and a half here. Down that back straightaway, this bean-shaped style track here is definitely laying towards more of what it means to actually hold on to your line and hold on to your position here. As they continue along by, though, the Friday Texas, Caleb McCarthy trying desperately to make a move here on Jeffrey Oaks. She brings it back down around the front straightaway, looking at that 20s through music machine. Running through side by side, they take it. A little bit corner side by side battle there. Dustin Solnaker eyeing a 3-wide slip, but he doesn't want to put Jeffrey Oaks into the meat of the sandwich. He doesn't want to quite go that route just yet. As they back him on through, here comes the throttle. Chantel Pottle back down the inside here. Dustin Solnaker tries to hold her off on the middle to the bottom, but it doesn't work. Solnaker loses 2 spots. The daily double has been put into reverse on Solnaker as Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn in the 88 moves into position. Making ground and time up here as they church them on down, around, back through one more time. But here they go. Now the 20 here. Jeffrey Oaks trying to hang in there. Chantel Throttle. Oh, the side by side. You saw how close that was there. That could have ended in disaster. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn fighting his way on in, challenging him up by as they come on around. Every driver for themselves, every person for themselves to try to figure this one out. Position-wise are going to matter big time here as Chantel defends the bottom off from Robert. Trying to hang in there, but it looks like Jeffrey Oaks there in the 20 trying to hang in as well and give himself a little bit of a fighting zone. Robert the Rattlesnake Khan there, moving it through, moving into position. Just a little bit of problems there for Dustin Solnaker. It's not just because he's blinking all over the place. It's because he's having a little bit of a slowdown in that position, in that time gap. You hear someone going to the wall there and then position there. You got the last minute time zones up on your screen right now. As you back him on through, Matthew Hoffman there on board. Here we go with him. See how hard he's got to hit that corner, and Jeffrey Oaks damaged up on the front end of that thing. Not sure what went wrong or what happened there, but there is definitely big damage on the front end of Jeffrey Oaks, and that's not going to help his cause any when it comes to having momentum. That slows you down quite a bit. And have a look up front right now. The ladies of our field right now are in a heated battle for the race lead. McCarthy and Chantel go at it once more. And the old rattlesnake himself just waiting in the background, patiently just trying to figure out the right time to strike. That's the thing you got to worry about and watch out with him, is when he gets things figured in, he gets things taken care of here, he will move in, he'll strike with the best of them, and he does not play too nicely around here. That is for darn sure, but right now, he has to hold on a little bit in position as Chantel goes right up into the wall protection, gets a little loose off that corner, managing to stay clear of it, but not so much now. A little bit loose yet again. Trouble there for the 5. That wall protection definitely ate it up a little bit and bit her pretty bad there, unfortunately. Not sure what went down or how that happened exactly, but it definitely slowed her up in all her momentum, and now the rattlesnake has McCarthy all by himself. And now he moves it through down the bottom once again, charging it through. Robert Kahn, I swear, he just cannot be stopped on certain times, man. He just runs these things in hard as can be and just does not quit. From the outhouse to the White House right now, challenging it through. Lance Brandlinger as well. He's kind of way back in that pack. He was in the front runner earlier, but he's having a hard trouble here getting things figured in. Anthony Shannon ruining off for old Pottlez right now, trying to give her a little love and get her back into this. The 88, Robert Kahn going to war here. This is a hot battle here for first. Running it through right now. McCarthy doing everything she can to defend off Robert. There's just one problem. When you got someone like Robert Kahn right behind you there, you got to really watch that corner, watch that zone as they turn her down around out of turn 2. You see Robert right there getting a little bit of that draft going. That's not going to help her cause none. Running it through right now, looking by here one more time around. Puts the front bumper to the rear. McCarthy's got to be careful about that. Gets that bumper up into that rear and gets it lifted up just enough. It will spin you. And she knows that she's trying to hang out there and trying to keep the momentum alive. Robert Kahn desperately, though, trying to find a way to pass around her clean. I think he just found it as he moves to the inside zone. Starting to make a run for it here as they back him on down around on the back straightaway. You see the line, he's trying to hold on, trying to hang in that spot there, making them through. On by around they go here, hanging it down once more down out of turn 4 here. Hot battle for this one. We're coming down to the final laps of stage 2 here. Who will be able to take this one home and who will be able to outwit the other and take this by? McCarthy right now challenging it in, doing everything she can to hold on, but it might not be enough here. Robert now moves to the inside just a little bit harder out of turn 2. Running the middle line, not the line you're usually wanting to run in these ARCA cars, but he can't get any more power or momentum off that corner because McCarthy keeps defending him off, but right now he's starting to slowly but surely move it forward up ahead, gets it in that zone. Finally, at long last, Robert Kahn has taken that one away, but McCarthy's a tenacious one. You know the pride of Texas doesn't take too kindly to that. Here's the crossover down out of turn 1, coming down into turn 2. McCarthy trying to make a run. Back him on by down in the inside zone they go here. Both drivers giving it a hot battle. There's a huge battle going on in 3rd and 4th, but we can't quite cut to it just yet. Robert Kahn and McCarthy still at it for the race lead. One more lap to go before we call it a caution to stage 2. Right now, they've got to hang in there just a little longer. Side by side, this is for the lead. This is for the battle. They're trying to take it in this one all the way through. Who's going to be the one to take this one home? They keep it on going side by side down around the back straightaway here. They are not giving an inch to anybody. Kahn has the lead, but not by much, by about 200ths of a second. Now McCarthy back ahead by about 500ths, now 10th of a second. She moves it in down around one more time. Robert trying to find one last little push, but it's not going to be. McCarthy will take home stage 2. Woo! Ho ho! How about that right there, folks? If you're not entertained by that kind of racing, then you must not like NASCAR racing and asphalt racing, because that right there, my friends, is what you call battles and a half. Kayla, the pride of Texas McCarthy, pulling off a great race there and a great run there. Robert Kahn not giving her an inch either. How about that? So Roberts, your stage 1 winner, and McCarthy, your stage 2 winner. Now we're going to put it in to the final stage, and this is where it's going to get a little tricky, to put it nicely. Speaking of which, in that finish right there, Jeffrey Oaks managing to take home the that 3rd spot there. He's barely edging out guys like Warren Young and them on that one, but to caution out now, that could set up definitely some bigger runs here. So right now, as we work them on into our next position here in our field on by, we'll see how well this plays out here for the drivers as they get ready to go back at it. When we return here, we will see who will be able to outsmart the other on our final stage. There's 40 laps to go here. Who do you have to win? Who is going to be the driver to top and take down? Well, we're going to find out here in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more Pottlez Wrapz Racing League here at Chicagoland. Well, tonight's race brought to you in part by our good friends over at simracingmerch.com. Sim Racing Merch, the perfect way to show your passion for sim racing. And by Pottlez Wrapz. Pottlez Wrapz is if you're looking to have your car, truck, vehicle match your style on the track, then be sure to hit up Pottlez Wrapz for just that. At such a low and affordable price, you can get your creation brought to life on the track. So what are you waiting for? Visit Pottlez Wrapz today to bring your ideas to life. And now a word from our other sponsors in their short little videos.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Now the field working it in right now to a heated battle and a heated position here as we get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a minute. Currently under only our 2nd caution because of the stage break. It has definitely been a hard showing and a hard run here all the way through for these drivers here tonight as we're getting ready to hit them back on in right now. Field working it in, field ready to get back underway. The pride of Texas, Kayla McCarthy, will have the start. She will show everyone the way, but the fact is now she's got 20 more laps she's got to deal with of Robert Kahn, and there's one thing we've been worried about all night long is how well can Kahn make his track work, how well can he make that car hold off to the end. Can Kayla McCarthy find a way to get it to jump a little bit around here and have a fight? Jeffrey Oaks is always in that hunt, always in that battle, so is Dustin Rouse. And I mentioned earlier today here that we were having the new season's coming up, folks. If you guys go over to Pottlez Racing League, give them a like and follow up there. You guys will hear more about the new season come. New sponsors on the way and new drivers are on the way as well. You don't want to miss it when the season comes. To catch all the action, to stay tuned on what's going on with them, be sure to go over to the Facebook page. We will make sure that is left in the description and make sure that is there so you guys know where to go. Can't say who exactly we have or who we got going on yet because they told me I would get in serious trouble if I did that. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut and not get myself into trouble. as we work them through right now, folks. Again, big crowd on hand here tonight. Thank you again to everybody for tuning on in. Thank you for all the support again. I know you guys probably get tired of us saying it, but we would not say it if we did not mean it. Lap counters starting to work their way in. Drivers starting to build up the momentum, starting to get this one down and around here once again. As we bring it down about one more time around. This time it looks like we're going green flag racing here. Drivers are rack stacked and all that, lined up into position. A lot at stake and a lot going on. Who will be able to take this one on home, and who will be able to win this field and win this race? After last night's clash at Kokomo, wielding some incredible racing and battles, we move to the asphalt circuit tonight and having a little bit of fun here. And tomorrow night we're back with asphalt with those Pure Speed Elite boys. You don't want to miss it when it comes down. But first, we've got to get ready to go for this one here as they back them on down around the corner zone. Every driver for themselves, everybody for themselves in position. Here we go. Green flag flies. We're back underway. Right out of the gate, already off that hot start here. McCarthy having some problems there, kind of blinking in and out a little bit. That might be problems for her later. She's going to have to be careful about that. Jeffrey Oaks in the 20 Budweiser Menards machine now moves it through down on the inside zone. He looks to take over the race lead once again. He's got a full throttle assault initiated right on McCarthy already as they come on by. Waiting in the wings, though, is the field working on by Dustin Rouse in that 30 and Dustin Solnaker in the 66 machine moving it through. Ian Yeager, though, is our hard charger right now with 6 spots up, but Jeffrey Oaks is the ultimate hard charger moving in from the race lead here. He's got a lot of work to do, though, if he wants to hang in with these guys right now as they back him through down around their corner zone. Everybody through and through here challenging them on by. Running them on down around here. Rob of the Rattlesnake Con trying to make some momentum here, trying to make some position up to the position zone. Get a good look at where he's trying to hit that mark, where he's trying to hit that spot up. You can see how low he's got to get. He's not really laying off that throttle too much, kind of just laying into it more about how he hits the corners. You can see those tires, the way that they're straightened out like that. That's because he needs to get them straightened out to outwit the bean-shaped style track here. The way the corner ends are, they can be something else here. The Friday Texas Kayla McCarthy getting some good results here, some good runs here as they back them through right now. Everybody challenging them on in. Now I can say this for next season as well here, folks, for everyone that's wondering. I did mention about season 3. There will be open setups on quite a bit of our stuff here, so there will be no more having to worry about what setup to run or what setup's going to go down. It's you figure your own setup out, and you get the details about it, how the track is set up. Figure it out later. That's really going to be the biggest thing that's going to set these drivers back quite a bit, is how to get that setup just done right. So you'll definitely be seeing a lot more battles and some interesting stuff go on when the time comes. And right now, speaking of time comes, right now Lance Brantley are trying to make his time come back after that little issue he had earlier. He got put in the back here from that little penalty he had to suffer through, and now working his way through is Dustin Rouse in the 30. Him going to work here for the top 5 spots. They're running through down the corner zone right now. Brantlinger got a pretty sizable running distance here as he moves it through. Keep Checkmate Taylor in the 8 right now, moving it by down around as well. Dustin Rouse not out of the hunt just yet. Still trying to get his momentum back through and through, but Lance Brantlinger and Keep Checkmate Taylor are your 2 drivers to watch here for that top 5 as they move them through here. Starting to get some momentum to carry on through with Dustin Sloanaker right in front of him. Robert Kondo already not playing any games. He doesn't want to wait no more. He moves it through. Oh, Jeffrey Oaks getting into the wall protection once again out of turn 4, and that just opened the door completely to Con as he takes a 3 wide there on the bottom. McCarthy had to back off. Con saw an opening, and we have ourselves a new leader once again. Robert the Rattlesnake Con once again taking this one to the zone and into the run here. He moves it through, giving himself quite a ways of a battle here. Moving him on by right now. Dustin Sloanaker in that 66 machine, not done just yet. He's going to try and get the Amazon Prime machine up into the position, up into the battle. Kenneth Crawford saying great battle, and Kathleen Crawford in the show now. She has joined in. She's rooting on for the old Rattlesnake. Right now, down and around here, the Pride of Texas, Kayla McCarthy in the 24, doing everything she can to hold off an old rival of hers, Dustin Slonaker. Those two, I'll tell you one thing, they had wars in the truck series when I was running with them back on Heat 4. How do I know that? Because when I was running for the season championship with her, I had all the makings of a battle and a half here at Homestead. But Dustin Slonaker was always itching and clawing his way into position every time we raced. And he managed to make the top 4 there when we were in the playoff contention. And ever since then, I haven't been able to see him really master or really get any runs going from that. And I believe right now he's trying to change all that and then some, trying to make some moves here, working them through. Lance Braylinger and then number 3, Goodwrench Service Machine, trying to fight his way into position as well as they take him on down around that front straightaway here. Laps are winding down. They know time's coming their way. It's not much left to do. Just over 25 laps to go. Here it gets come on by down around out of turn 1 down again into turn 2. Brandlinger and Slonaker going to work. McCarthy right now trying to hold off both of them as they threw him through here, trying to stay in that zone, trying to run them through. Brandlinger doing everything he can to hang on, but Slonaker is not giving any inches up, not giving any room. McTaylor is also hanging in there as they have to initiate a 3 wide slip there down on the front stretch. Will they hold it? No, they will not. The Slonaker gets out of the sandwich. He doesn't want to be the meat. But the problem is, the more these 4 keep battling, the more that little rattlesnake keeps running away from them. And there's no more stage breaks either, so it's not like they have a choice when it comes to that kind of stuff. This is a heated battle here for the top 2, but this is right now for these 4 drivers. There's a problem. Robert Kahn's pretty much just running away from them. And I don't even think they realize that or what's going down right now, because they are currently just trying to outwit and outsmart the other. They're putting on a show for you fans at home, but that's not going to help them much when it comes to trying to take over the race lead. However, for the top 5, if you want to go at the end of the season, there is definitely something on the line as Slonaker unfortunately gets into the wall protection, and all the momentum he had there lost. That kind of drops down a little bit. That opens the door up there for Oaksey and Chantel Apollo, both of them having to back off just a hint or a hair there. Slonaker desperately trying to get momentum back into this one, trying to hang in this one. Kayla McCarthy right now doing everything she can to fight him on in. Keep Checkmate Taylor looking to possibly put a name in the hat and put his name in the basket and have himself a war here. Running him on down around, you see on the scoreboard, final 24 to go. Running him on through right now. Currently, you see we're on board here with Lance Braylinger. Here is the rear end of that. You can see how far the back has just been flaying away. The fleet is just continuing to get further and further out of the zone. And right now, the Pride of Texas, Kayla McCarthy, running away here from Brandlinger. He's got a little bit of time to make up here if he wants to get back into this. And remember, without those stage breaks, that's not going to help their cause any. They've got to start figuring out how to save those tires up and get the momentum back. This one could be done and over with, to be honest with you. There's not a lot of time left to get things messed in here. But Dustin Rouse in that Tracker Boats Best Pro Shops 30 machine looking to maybe eye himself into position here for a top 5 spot. But Dustin Slonaker, how about this? Once again, after going to the wall protection earlier, now starting to get a little bit of a run back under his boots here. Running him on by down around here, backing him on through. Dustin Slonaker right now doing everything he can to get that 66 back into the spotlight and back into the zone. He hasn't been around here with Pedal the Metal Racing, the guys have played on season 2, that is. He told us earlier today, though, after all the hardships and struggles he's been fighting through, he's ready to return to full-time competition and really show what he is made of. And Jeffrey Oaks knows all about how he can do it. Remember what I said earlier about that truck series we were doing on Heat 4? Well, I'll tell you, when Jeffrey Oaks and Slonaker were at it with me and McCarthy, and I believe even we had the Pottles there for a while, Chantel has brought a Pottle with us. Man, I swear, there was like magic in between with us. There was always fights and there was always runs faster and better than ever before. And it never got old, but it definitely was a lot harder to win off those positions and win any time here. And speaking of trying to win any time right now, let's get an onboard camera here of Robert Kahn. You can see the distance he has got right now. He is a second is 7 away from McCarthy right now. That's how far away he is running from this one. I asked him earlier today if he ever gets tired of winning all the time. He said, no, I don't ever get tired of it. I love doing it, but competition definitely is fierce, and I know they're coming for me eventually. And then I told him, well, if that's the case, then why don't you go run dirt with us when we get that up and running? And oh yes, by the way, folks, if you maybe don't like to do asphalt and you're looking to get in dirt series, go like and follow up Pete the Pedal Metal Racing League page. We have something coming in mind for that soon enough. We'll be running the dirt stocks, of course, and we got 5 tracks in the works with 6 weeks of racing in there. Trust me when I say it, folks, you don't want to miss it. Be sure to go ahead and over there and wait and look for more information when the time comes. Speaking of more information, Exalted 11 of Warren Young right now. I think if I had to get an award for the guy that's been having most troubles all season long in his debut, I'd give it to Warren Young. He's just not had a season that, a lot of folks, myself included, were expecting out of him. Now, granted, he's joined in a little later as he goes to work here with Dustin Wrapz here down around out of top 4 here. Top of the 4 here, battle for fifth between these two here as they come on by round once again. Both drivers at it here, but the clean pass comes to Warren Young. He managed to make the Exalted 11 stick onto the bottom zone and makes his pass around. Dustin Wrapz going to try and do everything he can to get back up into that position and back into that run, but doesn't look like he's getting it just yet. But going back to Warren here, what I mentioned earlier is that he's, one thing that really was kind of impressing me was that he was definitely starting to figure out his dirt series more. But asphalt-wise, he had problems and had really a struggle kind of getting things taken care of to the end of the days. And now it said earlier to me, I'm just hoping that when dirt gets back up and when we get asphalt season 3 up, those open stuffs, maybe I have a chance to finally get something figured in better. Jeffrey Oaks right now all at it here going down the round zone. Robert Kahn just starting to run away further and further from these drivers. I can tell you right now though what Jeffrey Oaks is trying to do, he's trying to tire and save and fuel serve right now in that car, and it seems to be working quite well. Robert Kahn has to go into pit road here. Let's take a look at our pit strategy here for our drivers now. Oaksy now taking over the race lead. Warren Young and them both even keel on what they're doing, and same with everybody else. But Kahn now, after going in pit road, that will set him back just a little bit. We'll have an updated version of that here in just a minute. Jeffrey Oaks, though, is taking over the race lead. He has our new leader. And right now, if I had to get the Battle of Hard Charger of the Year award to anybody, I would say I'd give it to him. He's going up 9 spots from where he was at. Running them on through right now. Everyone's still trying to catch up into position, trying to gain ground on everyone right now. Jeffrey Oaks has definitely taken over this one and definitely taken himself to the cleaners and a half here. Chantel, throttle pile, taking over 3rd. I don't know how long she's been saving those tires and fuel up, because now Warren Young is even going in and staying with Jeffrey Oaks, so I think time might have elapsed for them. Well, I'm after with Chantel. She's going to take it over here. She has got the race lead, but how long will it be before that one goes away? Because you look at time-wise right now, 13 laps to go. Then take a look at this. Here is now the updated pit strategy, and, well, the numbers don't lie. It's starting to be a little bit more and more like the Robert Kahn show if he can get it back up and running here. But Ian Yeager, man, he is staying out there as well, which is pretty interesting to me. We've talked about it before and how well pit strategy will work out, but right now it doesn't seem like anybody is giving up that position or giving up that chance here for the long haul. They're all just trying to kind of hang in there and try to stay in their position and runs here. Yeah, one thing we do mention before is that usually when we're talking about fuel runs and strategies, you always think maybe just always asphalt. Well, it's actually not the case. In the dirt series, you can also have to have a little bit of a run or two with those top fuel sprint cars. If you're not careful with those and you burn up the fuel too quick, it's like NASCAR and ARCA series cars of any kind. You'll literally lose all that momentum, and then all of a sudden you're gone. So really, tire conservation there is non-existent, but fuel conservation is a huge existence. And right now, as we move it through, Ian Yeager now takes over the race lead here. He's our new leader, and he is now the hard charger of the night. He has got 11 spots from where he started. He started in 12th tonight. And right now, he's looking pretty strong right now, hanging in with these guys. But back him on through it right down the outside. A 3 wide salute initiates there. Yeager, the meat of the sandwich, gets out of the way of Wrapz. And then right now, and Yeager. Uh-oh. You saw that car come to a complete slowdown. I think he just ran out of fuel. Oh my goodness. He's going to try and hurry up back around out of pit road to get back down to pit road there. But you can see that car is not looking too good right now. He is just trying desperately to make it back. Fuel reserves are gone and out on that one. Robert the Rattlesnake Khan is starting to make some ground up in position and time. But Lance Brantlinger, surprise, surprise here, has got the race lead. He'll have the race lead here in a minute right now in just a little bit because it looks like Yeager is losing all his ground and time up. Robert Kahn is making time back up on Brantlinger, but with 8 laps to go, I should say. There's no telling how well that will play out for him here. Or no, 8 laps indeed, actually. So our apologies there. We're still. That's one thing I always do is blame the producers for everything around here because they always screw up my stuff. And Yeager now has to go in pit road. I think he was just trying to make it last a little longer, but he was definitely running out of fuel there. So a great showmanship on his end and a great fight to the end, but it just wasn't enough. Folks, if you haven't already, like and follow us up here on Facebook, over to our YouTube. You want to catch this race in 720p on your big screen? Well, we'll have it there this time as we get ready to finish them on in. This has been a great race and a great battle. Subscribe over on YouTube for all that latest information stuff, as well as Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook here. Like and follow us up here mainly to catch all our streams and all our racing for PTM Racing TV. The Pride of Texas, Kayla McCarthy, doing everything she can right now to stay in this one, stay in that battle zone. Field working it in. Brantlinger only has 8 laps left to complete. Can he finally defeat Robert the Rattlesnake on? He's done it this well so far. But the problem is Khan is gaining a 10th on him by the lap and by the marker. And if I had a count here, if you show right now the lap time, if Brantlinger gives up any more time in those corners and those turns, Khan can catch him. He's only up by about 3 seconds here. Here he comes. And Jeffrey Oaks right now as well, starting to move into position. Keith Checkmate Taylor losing momentum and ground there. He has to back off. Had problems there. It looks like he might have gone into pit road a little too fast, and that cost him dearly. And one thing we haven't talked about is some of the new drivers out here tonight. How about this cat, Ryan Kling, making his television debut here tonight. We never got a chance to talk about him right now. He's currently in 6th at the moment, really working his way through. That Falcon 15 machine right now going to hard running, a hard position here. We'll go on board here with him and show you what he sees in that car right now. He's been served up quite well and done a pretty good job staying in with these guys. And I got to give credit where credit's due. He might be a challenger come season 3. He talked about it earlier today actually with me, and he said, man, I'm glad to be here, but admittedly, I would love to run with these guys and actually for the points and the race, but it is what it is tonight, so we'll just go ahead out there and have a little fun. Lance Brantlinger, though, is the guy to beat with the 4 laps coming down the wire, but Robert the Rattlesnake Khan is making time up and time position in that zone. Khan needs to stay focused and stay up on the zone there and on the header. He eyes Brantlinger there. You can see the runs coming, and Brantlinger is losing a lot of ground in those corners, whereas Khan is gaining more ground as he goes into the turns there. It's setting him back quite a ways here, and that's definitely starting to get further and further. We're down to the final 3 laps here, folks. Can Khan get him? Robert Kahn has been kind of the old rattlesnake, as we mentioned before, the old mentality of his style, which is just lay back and lay low and strike when you need to. And right now he's trying to do just that here, but he's got only about a half a second away. Brantlinger into the wall though, and out of the turn 2, green go! Brantlinger just overdrove it into the turn back stretch, and it sends him straight down the bottom. Robert Kahn just took it away from him, and that might have just been the death blow that he did not want to see at all. Oh no. Oh my goodness, I know how it feels to do that. I've been down that road before. It's one thing that sucks about asphalt racing in these ARCA cars is that once you get into that wall protection, your momentum is just completely gone. And all that hard work you've done to get there is just wasted. And you kick yourself in the teeth figuring, what did I have to do to beat this guy? Final lap out here, Robert Kahn. People, you can say what you will, but Robert Kahn has just been a fighter and a half. Has not given any inches to anybody out here. And now, as he brings the Ford Credit 88 once again across the quality care service machine, down on the back straightaway, down into turn 3 and into turn 4. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be the winner yet again. Chicagoland Speedway is going to see the Rattlesnake take a trip to victory lane. What a race it was. What a battle all the way through. Robert Kahn had no gimmies there in Brantlinger. I hate saying it, but he just played himself. And I know how it feels to be him in his shoes right now. That is absolutely frustrating, to say the least. Yeah, he goes right up to Kahn and says, hey, you got me. This next time, I'm getting you back for that one. All the way through, it was clean racing, great battles all the way down to the end. No cautions other than the stage breaks, and I can definitely tell you at home that is a relief to see here, and a great showman of drivers here tonight. As our field now comes to a close, coming to a finish here, we will showcase our drivers here in the top 20 zone. Here's the final results here as we come into the unofficial results. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn once again takes it on home. Second, third, Lance Brantlinger. Third, McCarthy. Fourth to Jeffrey Oaks. Then fifth to Rouse. Sixth to Kling. What a debut he had here tonight. Seventh to Young. Hopper getting some runs there in the 8th spot. 9th to Sloanaker. Chantel the Throttle Pottle. 10th, 11th to Ian Yeager. 989. And then 12th, Keith Checkmate Taylor. And then Headley finishing 13th to round out your field here tonight. That's the unofficial results at the moment. Let's go ahead and take it down to our final results. And that is the official word right now we're getting here. That is it. Robert Kahn takes home the win, gets it on through. Brantlinger takes the second place. Third to Caleb the Pride Tex McCarthy. Jeffrey Oaks getting fourth. Fifth to Dustin Rouse. Sixth to the debut of Ryan Kling. Seventh to Warren Young. 8th to Matthew Hoffert. 9th to Dustin Sloanaker. 10th going to Chantel the Throttle Pottle. 11th to Ian Yeager. And 12th to Keith Checkmate Taylor, with 13 of Brian Healy rounding out your field here tonight. And what a battle all the way through it was, and what a race and show it had become. We are going down to victory lane now. Folks, don't go anywhere. I will be right back with you. I'm heading down to see with our drivers how they felt about this race. As I head down here, currently my mic is still mic'd up. I always like that. Wish I knew how to get rid of that little darn voice though you hear when you hear that little ding. So everybody ready to go at it once more. Everybody ready to challenge them on in and get themselves situated through. What a race it was here tonight, folks. A lot of great stuff here. A lot of great battles all the way to the end. And now, you know, man, this is one of those things you just gotta love about this stuff, is when these guys give it all they got and give it all they want here tonight. That's what it's all about here. As we now bring in our top 3 drivers here, let's take them on in here. This is the Pride of Texas, Caleb McCarthy. And McCarthy, you know, at the end of the day, you took home a stage 2 victory, but you had a lot of work to do there with Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn. What was the big kicker for you here tonight?
Yeah, definitely we had a lot of work to do. Archon was a little bit faster than us all night. It just really came down to tire management, and he just did a little bit better job of managing those tires than we did, and I mean, that means the world of this track.
For sure there. I mean, if there's anything you could have done a little bit differently to kind of keep the car more stable with the setup, what would have been that big thing you would have done?
Nothing a whole lot. Maybe just different entry points, lift points as far as the corners goes and whatnot. They're fixed setups, so there's not a whole lot you can do other than inside the car with brake bias and stuff like that. So maybe adjust that a little bit more, or just different, like I said, different lift points. But overall, good night for us. Points night. We're facing that top 5, so we'll get closer.
For sure there. And in the end, of the day, it all came down to the end. Came for a good run and a half. So, I got to ask you, McCarthy, another top 3 finish. Or do you want to thank you for that?
Yeah, I definitely got to thank my wife for the time that she allows me to put into this. All of our sponsors, Sim Racing Merch, Bob's Custom Trophies, Rollins, Matt Mills Racing, Affordable SEO, Pottlez Wrapz, McConey Setup Shop, Amber's Floral, Mid-Cities Air Exchange, PTM TV, everybody that competes with us on a weekly basis. This is we're digging. We're slowly digging. We'll eventually get where we want to be.
For sure there. At the end of the day, though, you do have a new season coming your way, so there could be new surprises at stake here for you. So, we'll let you go ahead and get this one finished on in for Season 2. You got one more race to go, baby. Good luck out there, and we'll see how this one plays out.
10-4. Thanks, and congratulations to ARCA on the win.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Caleb McCarthy, the Pride of Texas, finishing 3rd here tonight. I don't know why I said maybe there. I usually only say that with I don't know anymore. Anyway, let's go ahead and we'll talk with our second place finisher here tonight. If Brantlinger is with us, it does not appear he is going to be with us here tonight, so we'll give him the little graphic card there. Give him a few seconds here, and then we will go ahead now and bring it over to our race winner here tonight, that being the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn. He joins me now in the booth here, the Rattlesnake himself, Robert Kahn. Another trip to victory lane, and you did not get that one easily, did you there, front?
Nah, that was some good racing with McCarthy at the beginning. That track's just so fun. I wish you could get a second line in there, but if you use the high line too long, it'd burn your tires. But man, that was a fun race. I kind of came into it looking to try to make my last race for the points battle, so I'm not up against the wall. So hopefully next week goes well.
If you had to really do anything kind of looking into the future here when you get to Michigan coming up next week, what's going to be the big thing that, even though you pretty much have sealed the championship up now, what's the big thing that you have to do on your end to really make a good line around and make sure you can hold off to everybody to the end?
I'm not looking to go out and win it. I'm just looking for top 10. I mean, I did no mistakes, which, it's been a good season so far, but, the luck ends sometime. I'm just hoping it's after this season. So just looking for a solid finish. That's all I need to win it. But any mistakes, I could lose it. So you just have to be careful.
For sure there. Well, at the end of the day, still another trip to victory lane, another win here, and the trophy will be coming your way eventually here. But so far, Robert, who do you want to thank you for this one as we're getting ready to end up season 2 here?
Shout out to the people that watch it every week. My little brother Kenji and my mom jumps on there and watches, and a couple other people watch too. But and then everyone involved with sponsorship, they're a big part of this series. So Pottlez Wrapz, Mid-State Air Conditioning, McConey Setups, everybody, they do such a good job supporting us, and I just want to thank them all foremost.
For sure there. Well, at the end of the day, another trip to victory lane, another trip into the top 3 zone, and Robert, once again, another battle to the end. Congratulations on that one here tonight, my friend.
All right, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn taking home another trip to victory lane here as we get ready to finish this one out real quick. We have one more driver that we have not talked with that I believe would like to have a word with us. All right, now he joins me on in. Second place to Lance Brandlinger here tonight. And Brandlinger, we're going to talk with him here. I don't know if he's going to chat with us here or not. Let's see if maybe he will. Might be a little bit upset about that one. I don't know. Hey, Brandlinger, you have a copy? Brandlinger? No? Okay, no. Okay. Well, folks, I guess we do not have a copy of him tonight, so we're just gonna call that one a wrap then. All right, folks. So once again, thank you everybody at home for tuning on into these races, tuning on into every which way to Sunday these battles here. As Petaluma Miller Racing League has now come to a close for season 2's week 11. We are ARCA series that is. Next week will be the championship for them. But before we go, a special word to our sponsors here: Matt Mills Racing Team, to Midstays Air Conditioning and Heating, to affordable SEO and Marketing, Amber's Foil Creations, Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts.com, to SimRacingMerch.com, and then of course Pottlez Wrapz. For all you guys have done, everything you've done, thank you again for all that. And everyone at home watching, thanks again for the support. We love you guys. Thank you for all of it. Until the green flag flies next time here on PTM Racing TV, remember, be safe, God bless, take care. We're going to see you next time right here on PTM Racing TV.